welcome guys. It's Jason and Alex again, coming to you from Pelican Point Marine. We're sitting on one of our last remaining 2025 Quest tri-tune boats. This one is a 24-foot rear fish. Show you a couple things about it. We've got our live well here. You know, it's got the pump. You got pump water in there, your aerator. If you guys aren't fishing, go ahead.
You were mentioning before about a lot of people, they don't even use it as a live well anymore.
They use it as their ice chest. Full of ice. It's got a drain built in. So when you're not putting fish in there, you can have all your drinks in there. This one also comes with a wash down system.
Oh, that's nice.
Comes with like a 12-foot hose, hooks right in there. You turn the pump on and you can spray your boat down. You know, the kids bring mud, dirt back on the boat. You can just hose it down.
Well, you're telling me about the party island up here on Fort Gibson Lake where if it's a sandy beach or muddy beach, this is perfect for when you're getting in and out of the water. The women can come up on the back on the swim ladder we got, telescopic swim ladder, and hose off here. And another thing that's really cool about this boat that I didn't know was a thing until I saw this one was usually you only see one rear entry, and it's usually on the driver's side of the boat. And this one's got two entries, one on each side.
Yeah, your guys that do a lot of fish and they like to get to the fish, so you can open up a gate on each side. So if you're reeling in one of them big fish, or you're checking your trot line or jug lines, you got a little more access to the water. Because tri-tunes sometimes can be a little harder to get to the water, so they give you more access. You got your side gate up there and your front gate also, so there's 4 gates on this boat.
Oh, nice.
So you can access the water.
The boarding gate from the side, something that a lot of I've noticed a lot of the older clientele, we'll call it, they like the side entry because you can just pull right up to the side. You don't have to step over the rails or anything, or step over the couches. You can just open the gate and step on with the dogs. You got your little dogs running around here today too.
We got our 3 corgis running around here somewhere.
3 corgis, so come by and say hi. Definitely pet the doggies. So about the Quest, this is the last 2020, or one of the last 2025s we have, right? So
yes, we got 3.
3 2025, and they're all Quests?
All those 3 are Quests, yes.
Awesome. So, and this is one of the last years that they're doing the corrugated sides?
The corrugated sides, they're switching over to the smooth sides. Which one of the plus sides to the corrugated, it is a little sturdier, a little stronger. The reason they're going to the flat sides is because it is more aesthetically pleasing. But this being a fishing boat, you want it to be able to handle dings and being bumped up against is a little more sturdy than your typical flat-sided tri-tunes.
Gotcha. And then, of course, we got our repower deals that are going on right now.
Yes.
Oh, speaking of the locking chairs, it got me finally. These chairs actually, they'll swivel around, and if you put the lever up in the up position, they'll actually they got 4 different locking positions where you can lock it in sideways or toward the back or towards the front. But right now, we're the #1 Suzuki repower dealer in the state of Oklahoma. In fact, if you watch our previous podcast, we talked a little bit about the warranties that we've seen with Suzuki compared to some of the other outboards. And we've been a Suzuki dealer for 12 years now.
12 years.
And had 1 warranty claim, or is it now 2?
We've technically got 2 warranty claims, both times that are clips on the cowling. No engine issues.
Nothing major. So that's saying something, being a 12-year dealer of Suzuki and only having 2 warranty claims, and they're actually just the clips on the cowling of the engine, and no major internal damage on any of them. But right now we do have a couple of repower options. We've got some deals going on. We've got, how many motors we got coming in, loose motors?
I've got 60 coming in the next month or so.
Range in horsepower?
Yes, anywhere from, I think the smallest I got on order right now is 40 horse up to the 350 horse.
Gotcha.
Got a lot of motors coming in, so we have them available on hand. And if something happens and you come in and order a specific shaft length or something I don't have, it typically takes 3 to 5 days for me to order the motor and have it here. So it's not a long period of time. We don't draw this out for weeks. We try to have all repowers done once you bring us the boat and we have boat and motor. 7 to 10 days is we have you turned around and back out on the water with your boat.
That's important in the on season, especially in summer. You don't want your boat to be down a couple of weekends. You want to be out there enjoying the lake. And then as far as the Quest goes, this one right here, it's a rear fishing. The front, in the very front there, you can lounge. It's perfect for the women folk. If they come along on your fishing trips, they can hang out up front and get their suntan on, enjoy some cocktails while you and the boys are back here in the back fishing. It's got a nice little L-shaped kind of sectional right here, captain's chair, dual armrest on the captain's chair. It does have a pretty nice sound system. It's not one of the arch sound systems with the big, you're not going to have the speakers like you see with the big ski boats or anything, but it does have a nice stereo system in this boat right here. Plenty of cup holders.
Lots of cup holders.
All around, lots of cup holders with Quest. I've noticed that with Quest is they want to make sure you definitely have a spot for your drink and a spot for your poles. You got two
fishing pole holders here, some storage here. They like to try to take care of you and give you everything you need.
And this one right here, this one doesn't have the power bimini. The power bimini is an option. And Jason was telling me a little bit more about the power biminis, the different limitations that you have with Quest specifically, whether you go from a manual folding bimini to a power bimini. Yes,
most of your manual biminis, even on other brands, are speed limited to say 25, 30 miles an hour on the power biminis. With the manual bimini on Quest, it is speed rated to the boat. So this boat's rated for a 200. So you're looking at between 40 and 50 miles an hour. So you can leave this bimini top up full speed. It's covered under warranty if any damage happens to it. We carry several other boat brands, and everybody else has a speed limitation of 25 or 30 miles an hour. Even on their manual ones, Quest does not have a speed limitation. It's the limitation is how fast this boat will go with the appropriate horsepower. This one's rated for 200, so if you put a 150 or 200 on it, it is covered under warranty, and you can leave that top up and cruise around, stay in the shade.
Another thing is this boat, you can't see it, I don't think, on camera at the moment, but this boat does have a, what do they call it, tower?
Ski tower.
It does have a tower, not like a tower, like a wakeboard tower, but it does have a pull tower on the back.
Tube ski,
especially with a 200. You can pull a skier easily with that.
Yep.
And it's 4-stroke Suzuki that's going to be on it. 4-stroke Suzuki, obviously, it's going to give you a lot more fuel economy than your old 2-strokes will. You know, these are not your grandpa's pontoon boat anymore.
No.
They have come a long way from just the dual tunes with the 70 horse Johnson on the back if you were lucky.
And these tri-tunes, they handle awesome. If you've owned boats before, when you're getting up on plane, these things don't get up on plane. They pretty much start out on plane. Quest uses bigger tunes. They're blade front tunes. They're cut like a blade on the front, so they cut through the water. They're not plowing like your U-shaped or your round logs in the front.
You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of those, you go to the gun shows and you see those, I think they call them a Tanto blade or a Tonto blade.
Yeah,
it's kind of what they look like. These tunes are pretty cool. And, they really do make a big difference when you're going on a slower rate of speed, approaching a dock or field dock or something like that. You were telling me about it. I was asking, because for those that don't know, I'm a big cruiser V-bottom guy, and this is my first time in the pontoon world. And Tri-tune world, pontoon and tri-tune, and center console. We got a little bit of everything out here.
Yeah.
But you were telling me the differences with the traditional tune style where it's curved on the front and the blade style like the Quests have got. Yep. And we took that Quest out. In fact, there's a YouTube short video and a couple other videos of it. It's a big tri-tune Quest that we took out, 2026 model that we got with the new interior color. I call it peanut butter guts. That's what we call it in the car industry when we're looking at, the GMC or Chevrolet High Countries or the Mercedes or the BMWs.
Very similar to those.
Very similar. It's kind of a dark caramel, chocolatey color. Not too dark, but it's very beautiful. Check out that video. We took that one out though, and with Jason maneuvering it around the fuel dock and just going at a slower speed, it handled a lot better than I've seen some of these other tri-tune brands handle, especially if a current or the wind catches you. It doesn't affect these tri-tunes on these Quests as much as it does a traditional pontoon.
Yeah, Quest is built in Michigan. Their first boats they sold and made back in the late 50s and 60s were designed for the Great Lakes because they're right there. So big water, big wind. That's why they specialize in their tunes as much as they do. You just about won't find any other tunes like it in the industry. They specialize, like I said, in bigger water. So if you get out on our on our bigger lakes like Grand, 10 Killer, you get some big waves. These boats just skip across it, no problems. Definitely,
and even up at Lake of the Ozarks. Lake of the Ozarks is I know it's a big speedboat lake. We're going to be fixing to be selling some trifectas up there probably this year if everything works out good. And but yeah, these Quests, these trifectas, they're built to handle with the waves on these bigger bodies of water a lot better than those traditional pontoons
and tritoons
that you're used to seeing, the gray sides, and they call them things, party barges.
Oh yeah. Party barges.
Party barge, where you got the plastic gas tank hanging off the back, all kind of ghetto looking.
Everybody sees these pontoons and tritoons and think, oh, they're the same. I promise you they are not.
No.
Quest definitely sets themselves apart, especially on their tune design. I know a lot of people are looking at just the floor plan. I promise you, when you're out there handling it and you're trying to have a fun day, it's a little less stressful. You're a little more comfortable. You're not getting rocked around as much. Quest does it right on these tunes. It comes in handy, and it makes a lot more pleasurable day out on the water.
Another thing we want to talk to you guys about is we have a Power Sports Expo coming up. It's coming up October 24th and 25th at the Muskogee Event Center. It's called the Hatbox Event Center.
We'll be inside.
Be inside. It's the first time I think we're going to be there.
Yep,
right?
First time at the Muskogee one.
So we'll be there. Check us out. We're going to have one of the largest booths there if you're around the Muskogee, Oklahoma area. If you're not, well, then come hang out with us. Just take a road trip and come check it out. There's going to be a lot of boats there. There's going to be a lot of side-by-sides, wave runners, four-wheelers, a lot of merchandise. And like I said, we've even got merch as well. I know you see us a lot on a lot of these boats. We talk about boats and outboards and things like that, but we've got merch as well. Check us out on the website, pelicanpointmarine.com. We've got shirts, hats, hoodies, cups, thermoses, coolers. Swing by the store here if you're close to Fort Gibson Lake. We're going to have a couple more locations coming up to be announced next year, but we've got tubes to pull, plenty of tubes and floaties for the kids to hang out. If you're at a pool or if you're at the lake, if you are looking for something to do, we've got rentals down at our marina. We've got, how many rentals do we have usually? 4?
4 during the peak season. Right now we run 2 during the off season. And
our rentals do come up for sale every once in a while too, so you can get a heck of a good deal on a slightly used trifecta rental boat.
Still have warranties.
Yep.
Another thing I wanted to mention is a lot of your boat dealerships you go to, you find the boat you love, but you don't get to take it out. You don't get to sample it. If you find a boat here you love, we have the marina just down the road. We can launch it, let you test drive it before you buy it. That way you know you love it. We don't just toss you the keys and say good luck, have fun, go down the road. If you want to take it out, we'll take it out. We'll do a full demo with you on the water. We want you to know what you're getting and how to operate it when you leave here.
Absolutely, and all of our boats come with the motor, the trailer, and the full mooring cover, correct?
Yes. Yep.
Full mooring cover. And these covers on these Quests, I was looking at the quality of them and how easy it is to put them on, take them off. There's no snaps all along the side of the boat where you're every 4 inches your thumb's wearing out. The cover on these things are great. They've got like this slide lip kind of thing that locks in over the...
Just locks in into the existing rail, so there's no extra buttons. A lot of people have owned boats in the past. Boat gets a year or so old, 2 years old, and you just go up there and pull the button, and that button just rips off the fabric.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about that.
Double stitch too.
Double stitch. And Quest has gone to where you can tighten them up so when it rains, that's not pooling. I know for years they've had that, but they've customized it a lot where if you set the mooring cover up tight and you leave it for the winter, when it rains or snows, it's not going to collapse in on you where you're out there constantly having to drain it.
I love that about the Quest is I always hated. I had an 18-foot Sea Ray, and the worst thing about it was the freaking cover because it was one of those old poles with the tennis ball on the top, and it didn't really have a holder for it to hold it in one spot. So you're trying to wrestle that sucker around, keeping it in the center of the boat while you're putting the sandbags on it to weigh it down. And these have got actually holders built in to the cover where you can just slip the pole inside it. It holds it in one place. It's got a rubber bottom. It stays on the floor. You're not going to worry about it falling over. Keeps it in one spot. And so that way when you do tighten down the cover on the sides, you're not having to worry about the pole falling down and you having to crawl underneath the cover again to pick it back up. This one does have a center storage as well in the center tune. A lot of these that I've noticed at boat shows, some of the dealers don't order them with the center storage.
With the center stores, they're trying to save a little bit on cost to them. But if you're having a tri-tune, the center storage comes in handy. That's where you put all your life jackets, your oars, skis, tubes, anything extra. It'll fit in there. On most of these boats, it's 8 foot or bigger, long. I've even at some of the shows I've had grown men crawl down inside the center tune storage. So it's quite a bit of storage stuff that you're not going to necessarily grab all the time. Anchors, ropes, but you just need a place to keep it where it's not in your way. And that center storage comes in handy.
Another thing about these Quests is you might notice when you're looking at these, or if you can see them on the side, there's only 2 cleats on each side, front and back. The sides are completely clean. There's no place to tie any dock lines or bumpers, so you may be wondering, well, how am I going to protect the sides of my tune when I'm pulling up to the dock? I don't want it to be banging up against the dock. Well, we got just the thing for you. Quest thought about it, and they engineered these adjustable bumpers that you can hang on the side. They got a quick disconnect, easy to do, one-handed with a thumb, and they got a little hole up there in the top where they just click in. And they can swivel and move around, but they're not going to go anywhere. You don't have to worry about them falling off the boat. You don't want to be one of the boat dorks cruising down the lake with the bumper flopping around on the side. So you always want to make sure you push that dude in, pull it out, and store it away until you need to use it again.
Yeah. That's when your center storage comes in handy too.
Definitely. Center storage comes in handy. Speaking of which, when we were looking for that thing earlier, I was noticing on the Quest, compared to a couple of the other brands that we do carry, since Quest isn't our only brand, there are charging ports galore on this boat. Everywhere that you can seat someone, there's a charging port. There's one on the side on this back seat here, one on the back on this back seat here. You got 2 up front. I believe you have them in the sides in the front as well, just like on the side of this back one here. And then you got a wireless charging system at the helm, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, there's 6 to 8 USB ports and then wireless charging on the helm.
And then you found a dry storage as well on this boat.
Yep. Everywhere there's a L shape, the corner, there's a 6-inch tube inside there that has a dry cap. You unscrew it and you can keep keys, cell phones, anything in that, and then you just put the cap back on and it's got dry storage. So this one will have
documents like registration.
Registration documents, yeah. So this one's got 3 dry storage compartments on it also. And
then the helm on this boat is all digital, is that right?
Yes. With Quest, they don't do the analog gauges, so you got your fuel gauge, RPM, speed, trim, everything will be right there on your Garmin, which is also your fish finder. It comes with charts. It's got everything you need, sonar, all that.
Wow, sonar, fish finder, charts, all your information for your engines, your boat. And then you got your JL audio sound system controls as well at the helm.
Bluetooth, of course, Apple, Samsung, Android, all that.
So Dan, our service manager, came by and he actually had some new prices that we're going to be putting out since we're coming up on the off season. There are a lot of people wanting to store their boats, and they may not necessarily have access to inside or covered storage, so they are shrink wrapping their boats, which is a pretty good option. And the benefits of shrink wrapping versus just covering it up with your cover
is like what you said, it's shrink wrap.
Shrink wrap.
It's as airtight as it can get. Especially for your bow riders, ski boats, ball hauls, stuff like that. Your covers don't quite keep the moisture out.
Plus, if it's outside and you're stored, your cover is getting faded and
yep. And you know when you order something online from Amazon or something that has those little dry packs in there, we put 2 of those in the boat to keep the moisture down in the boat, so you're not taking your cover off and it's covered in mildew and everything.
Don't want your nice white or light gray seats to turn green.
And then our shrink wraps also have 1 vent cap, so they vent air now again to keep the moisture from building up inside the shrink wrap. But they're waterproof. Bring them to the dealership. We'll shrink wrap for them. It's $200 for a shrink wrap. 22 foot and shorter boats. Anything over that, prices adjust a little bit. It's not much. Now, if you bring me in a 36 foot Donzi or something, it's going to be a little different. But yeah, 22 foot and down, $200 will shrink wrap your boat and have it prepared for you for the winter. We can also winterize it if you have an inboard. We put antifreeze in it. Outboards, we put fuel stabilizer in there. If you need impellers changed, we do all that while it's here and get you taken care of, set up for the winter. That way you don't have to worry about your boat.
And now's the best time to be doing that. We do have a couple of boats. Actually, we got a couple. We got a ton of boats lined up in the back for service work. We are looking for some more technicians. If you or anybody you know is looking for a new career, a new job, or a new opportunity in the marine service industry, we are looking for marine technicians. And we are located here in Oklahoma. So if you're around the Wagner, Muskogee, Fort Gibson, Hulbert area for this location, and then we're going to have some other locations open up here next year.
Yep, we'll be announcing those hopefully soon.
Hopefully soon. Fingers crossed on that. So we had a guy pull up yesterday, and we were kind of looking at him like, oh, how are you going to tow a boat home on that? It was a 05 Harley Davidson Road King Custom that he pulled up on. A sweet-looking bike, bright yellow. Came from the Grand Lake area up in Ketchum, the Afton part of Oklahoma. Came in looking for a repower because he had a smaller 17-foot boat, which is kind of crazy to think about a 17-foot boat on Grand.
Yeah.
That'd beat the crap out of you.
I'm sure he stayed around the banks for fishing and everything.
You'd have to with that thing. I had an 18-foot Sea Ray, and man, it just, your guts would be about to come out of you. But he came in and he was looking for a repower. We're looking at we'll probably be ordering him a new Suzuki here pretty soon, wanting to go up from a 50 horse 2-stroke to a 90 horse 4-stroke.
Yep.
Of course, we don't normally carry something that's that small, but we can get them, and it doesn't take very long to order a brand new engine. Plus, you can order them in your color you want. If you want a black one or a white one or a gray one. Suzuki's got a couple of different color options, but tell us a little bit more about the Suzuki repowers.
We pride ourselves in the Suzukis. Obviously, very little warranty work has to be done, and they're very reliable. And their pricing is great. And since we're one of their larger dealers, we get some special pricing. So he mentioned a 90 horsepower, a repower and a 90 horse installed, new throttle, cable, key switch is going to run you around $10,900 installed. One of our specials this month and going into next month is going to be 150 horse repower, new throttle, new key switch, prop installed will be $14,995. Wow. That's for 150 horse. A lot of the guys are charging, $100 a horsepower, so 150 horse would be $15,000 for the motor alone. And I want you to pay attention to that if you're pricing motors. A lot of these guys will price you the motor and not tell you that they're charging you $2,000 or $3,000 for an install. When I price you a motor, that's with install. So $14,999 out the door, installed 150 horse. And if you need any other horsepower motors, call me. I'll take care of you. And Suzuki offers a rebate if you're repowering with a 2-stroke. We can save you a couple $100 off whenever you repower. So If you're bringing in an old boat with 2-stroke, you'll get additional money off through Suzuki. They're the only ones that offer that. It's called their 4-for-2 program, and we definitely take advantage of that. Get you out of a 4-stroke or a 2-stroke into a 4-stroke. You're gonna just about double your fuel economy.
Won't be fogging for mosquitoes anymore.
You won't be fogging for mosquitoes. They're way quieter, way more reliable. But yeah, we pride ourselves in our repowers. We do a lot of them. We're really good at it in a timely manner. 7 to 10 days is our turnaround time.
Now, are all the Suzuki outboards now, are they all fly-by-wire, or do you still have them where you can get with the cables and deal with all that?
Suzuki on certain horsepowers offers mechanical rigging, and then they offer the digital rigging, which is the fly-by-wire rigging.
And a lot of people's going to the fly-by-wire.
A lot of your new boats are going to the digital rigging. It's a little more expensive, but it's a little more responsive. You don't have a bunch of cables ran back to the throttle, to the motor, and all that. It's just the way of the future. It's the way things are going. I'm sure in the next few years, everything will be digital. But
of course, you still got some old timers, you were saying earlier, that loves the cables because if something breaks, then they can just take the cowling off, and if they got their buddy with them.
Zip tie a throttle cable or something to make it work and get you back to the boat ramp. Yeah, you can't do that with the new digital ones. Not yet. I don't know if there'll ever be what we call the redneck fixes on the lake with the digital ones, but the digital ones are nice. Again, they're more responsive, and they offer a few more options. And you guys that like your electronics will like the digital motors. You get a lot more readings and everything off your motor with the digital setup.
Absolutely. Well, Jason, it's been awesome hanging out with you today. We got some customers showing up here in a moment to look at some new boats and check out what we got on the lot. So, guys, thanks for tuning in and hanging out with us today, learn a little bit more about what we got on our Quest Pontoon Rear Fish Series. Stay tuned because we got some more pontoons to show you, and we'll have another boat as the special boat, as the highlight boat for the next podcast next week. We'll see you guys next week.
See you guys.